Hi, Dr. Angela here with Garden Talk for Equal Ground Community Gardens in Brantford, and we're talking about sage. Sage is very interesting. I don't know if you've ever tasted sage straight from the leaf. It is in things like barbecue sauce, some of these more obscure tasting things, but sage has got an interesting flavor. It doesn't necessarily pair with every food because it's got such a strong personality in terms of its flavor. It does grow extremely well here in this climate, and you'll see it in many different kinds of gardens. It's kind of cool looking. It has like a furry kind of look to it, especially when it gets a little older. The leaves almost look like they're furry. They can come in a straight sort of green color. They can come in a green and white mottled type of hue, or they might actually have a little bit of purple to them. Sage is actually, that word is derived from a Latin word meaning to be saved. 10th century physicians used to use it to protect themselves against witchcraft. Very interesting, and I can't help thinking about the smudging ceremonies that are just such an absolutely beautiful type of ceremony to have. And if you've never had a smudging ceremony, you've never been exposed to that, maybe look into it. It is an absolutely stunning type of practice. Sage is something that I generally would probably just put in a tea. I would add it to my meats. If you're doing a roast, you can put sage leaves on top of the roast or in and around your roasted vegetables, and that gives it a very nice flavor, especially if you've got some onion in there as well. And play around with your sage. Get used to it. Be very careful if you're breastfeeding or if you're pregnant. Sage can actually inhibit breast milk production, so you don't want to be drinking a whole lot of the tea. The culinary uses, sage is very commonly used in a lot of culinary ways. I've never seen any concern in that regard, but just don't be using it medicinally if you're having some breastfeeding or some pregnancy going on. Enjoy.